what all of that means is, and our goal with Pro Mode was to continually decrease the ask of the human. So with Pro Mode, you do not have to know social strategy. You do not have to know proper blog structure. You don't have to know any of these quality control in terms of best practices, marketing rules, meaning anyone in your company who knows your company, who knows the heart of your company, can manage your marketing. It doesn't have to be a marketing person. The owner can do it. The HR director can do it. Anyone who has the bandwidth in their calendar to go in and 30 minutes a week use Pro Mode can run your marketing, because all they need to know is this accurate? Do we like how this sounds?
Hmm.
In the same way that's all that's required of you when you engage an agency, because
Yeah.
the agency is bearing the burden of that knowledge. Like, we know what Facebook should look like. We know what Instagram should look like. We know what a blog should look like. Yes, it's keyword optimized. All of those things are on the shoulders of the agency, meaning the business owner needs only to review that content and say, yes, I'm cool with the world seeing this, or no, try again. That's the executive function that Pro Mode requires.
Exactly. And the latency is where it's really impressive. Okay, so if you as the business owner, let's say you're a super creative business owner and you've got like, I want my brand to be presented this way. Let's say you've got a good sense of humor, or you've got a strong mission, values, whatever the
You
case
want
may
to be
be.
different.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the latency between going to an agency with that and actually seeing what that looks like on the back end of it is months,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know. And
And
so,
thousands of dollars.
yeah. And so the latency with this is, we were kind of joking around. I mean, you could be in a wild state of mind. I mean, you could take a handful of mushrooms, have a cool idea about your business, and you could hop into promo and just spew out 10 sentences of just how much you love your community, blah, 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 blah. And like a minute later, you see, here is the campaign that is the result of this idea. And then the next morning, you could be like, that was stupid. I don't know why I did that. Delete, delete, delete.
Right.
Let me do it a little bit with a sober mind today.
Yeah. And
Or
you're,
that right. This is what I want. Look at this. Look at, like, this
yeah,
blog post actually represents what's in my heart. You see it. There's zero latency to it.
right. And the cost to try it is like 4 minutes.
Exactly. That's it. That's 100% it. It is like fully removed all of those bottlenecks to where it is idea to output immediately. And so like, is that as sexy as like Sora, as video generation? I mean, no. But that is where this is where I think AI engineers and AI companies really need to be thinking is where are the opportunities to cut latency almost fully, and like again, like going back to this concept of tenfold, like this is kind of what that looks like, is to have tenfold improvement is you are like removing barriers to entry, you're removing organizational bloat. Things no longer need to get passed through all of these filters before even thinking about putting something into a database that has a useful output. It is just it is like anybody. I mean, Janet in accounting is so funny in the break room. Hey, bitch, get on pro mode, put your wild ideas in this thing, and let's see if it works. If it works, great. Like, here's a login. Like, you should be doing this. Like, this is
Mhm.
Janet's corner. Uh, yeah, and that to me is like the promise. That's the thing that gets me very excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.